Good morning and welcome. You're watching the CommexFX Daily Outlook for Tuesday, June 9th. The euro rose 1.59% against the US dollar and closed at 1.1284. Data released indicated that industrial production in Germany rebounded 0.90% on a monthly basis, posting its biggest gain in 2015 and beating market expectations for a rise of 0.60%. Other economic data showed that the nation's seasonally adjusted trade surplus narrowed to 22.10 billion euros in April, albeit markets were anticipating a trade surplus of 19.40 billion euros. On the other hand, the Eurozone Sentix Investor Confidence Index eased more than forecasted to a 4-month low of 17.1 in June, thus dampening investor optimism over the economic outlook of the region. The pair is expected to find support at 1.1161, and the fall through could take it to the next support level of 1.100. The pair is expected to find its first resistance at 1.1410, and the rise through could take it to the next resistance level of 1.1498. Trading trends in the euro today are expected to be determined by the Eurozone's first quarter GDP data, set for release in a few hours. Meanwhile, investors remain cautious amid the ongoing negotiations between Greece and its creditors. The British pound rose 0.47% against the US dollar and closed at 1.5342. Yesterday, the BRC indicated that retail sales across all sectors in the UK remained flat on an annual basis in May, less than market expectations for an advance of 1.20%. The pair is expected to find support at 1.5265, and a fall through could take it to the next support level of 1.5171. The pair is expected to find its first resistance at 1.5409, and the rise through could take it to the next resistance level of 1.5459. Going forward, Britain's trade balance as well as the Bank of England's inflation report, scheduled in a few hours, will grab a lot of market attention. The US dollar weakened 0.85% against the Japanese yen and closed at 124.59. The pair is expected to find support at 123.95, and the fall through could take it to the next support level of 123.47. The pair is expected to find its first resistance at 125.27, and the rise through could take it to the next resistance level of 126.10. Meanwhile, investors would monitor Japan's machine orders data scheduled overnight. The Australian dollar strengthened 0.90% against the US dollar to close at 0.7690. Elsewhere in China, Australia's biggest trading partner, consumer prices advanced less than expected by 1.2% YoY in May, compared to a 1.5% rise recorded in April. The below-expected data indicated that the national central bank would opt for further policy easing as Asia's largest economy is stalling. Meanwhile, China's producer prices slid more than expected by 4.6% on an annual basis, registering its 39th consecutive month of decline in May. The pair is expected to find support at 0.7630, and a fall through could take it to the next support level of 0.7555. The pair is expected to find its first resistance at 0.7751, and a rise through could take it to the next resistance level of 0.7798. Going forward, investors would focus on Australia's Westpac consumer confidence data, scheduled in the early hours tomorrow. Gold prices traded higher by 0.22% against the US dollar at 1172.60 per ounce, as a broad weakness in the greenback coupled with a slump in the global equity markets bolstered demand for the safe haven yellow metal. The pair is expected to find support at 1170.26, and a fall through could take it to the next support level of 1165.63. The pair is expected to find its first resistance at 1177.76, and the rise through could take it to the next resistance level of 1180.63. For an insightful analysis on last week's market trends, please feel free to visit our website www.commexfx.com. Stay in the know by liking us on Facebook, following us on Twitter and Instagram, circling us on Google+, and of course, subscribing to our YouTube and CommexFX TV channels. Have a great trading day!